right now. Someone is watching a movie. Someone is reading a book. Someone is listening to a podcast. And millions of people are scrolling through stories on their phones. But have you ever stopped and wondered, why? Why do humans spend thousands of hours consuming stories that aren't even real? Why do we cry when fictional characters die? Why do we get excited when imaginary heroes win? And why have humans been obsessed with stories for tens of thousands of years? The answer reveals something strange about your brain, something that might explain why stories are almost impossible for humans to resist. Imagine two ancient humans sitting around a campfire 50,000 years ago. One of them says, "Today, I found berries near the river. Useful information, but not very interesting." Now imagine the other person says, "Yesterday, a giant predator attacked a hunter near the river, but he escaped by climbing a tree." Suddenly, everyone is paying attention. Why? Because stories are more than entertainment. They are survival tools. Long before books, movies, and YouTube existed, stories helped humans share important information. Stories taught people where danger was hiding, which foods were safe to eat, which places to avoid, and how to survive. In many ways, stories were humanity's first instruction manual. But here's where things get weird. Your brain doesn't just enjoy stories. It treats them almost like real experiences. Scientists have found that when you're deeply engaged in a story, many of the same brain regions activate as if you're actually living the events yourself. Think about that. Your brain knows the story isn't real, yet part of it responds as if it is. That's why horror movies can make your heart race. That's why sad movies can make you cry. And that's why a fictional character can sometimes feel more familiar than a real person. Your brain is running a simulation, a safe practice mode for life. Imagine a world without stories. You would only learn from your own mistakes. Want to know not to touch fire? You'd have to get burned. Want to know how to avoid danger? You'd have to experience it yourself. Stories allow humans to borrow experiences from other people without taking the risks. It's like downloading knowledge directly into your brain. And evolution loved that idea. The humans who paid attention to stories often learned faster, and the humans who learned faster survived longer. But survival isn't the only reason we love stories. Stories also solve another problem. Humans desperately want meaning. We constantly ask questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What should I do next? Stories help answer those questions. Every story has characters facing challenges, making choices, overcoming obstacles, and our brains naturally compare those characters to ourselves. Without realizing it, we're always searching for lessons, searching for patterns, searching for meaning. This is why stories exist everywhere. Movies, books, video games, religion, history, even your memories. In fact, the story you tell yourself about your own life may be the most important story of all. Think about it. Your brain is constantly creating a narrative, a story about who you are, a story about your past, a story about your future. Humans don't just consume stories. We live inside them. And here's the strangest part. Stories can change reality. A piece of paper is just paper until enough people believe the story that it's money. A country is just land until enough people believe the story that it's a nation. Companies, teams, laws, traditions, many of the things that shape our lives exist because millions of people believe the same story. Stories don't just entertain humans. They connect humans. They organize humans. And sometimes, they change the world. So the next time you get lost in a movie, or stay up late reading a book, or spend hours watching videos online, remember this: your brain isn't wasting time. It's doing something humans have been doing for thousands of generations. Learning, imagining, practicing, and searching for meaning. Because stories aren't just something humans love. Stories are one of the reasons humans became human.